Blacks have been an integral part of the culinary landscape of America from the very inception. Individuals such as James Hemings, born a slave to Thomas Jefferson, was one of the first Americans to be trained in the French culinary arts.
I really didn't realize how big of an idea we were building and how we were really on to something special.
We are here because of the good people of Black Restaurant Week who are putting a shine on businesses like this one. This is apartment 4B, an upscale spot that opened on famous Peachtree Road in Atlanta.
We got a Good Morning America interview off of his Black Restaurant Week.
Black, black, black.
I founded Black Restaurant Week in 2016. As the owner of a wine distribution company, I saw a hole in the culinary conversation about my community, and I wanted to fill the void. I reached out to some really good friends of mine, Derek Robinson and Fallon Farrell.
I oversee all the marketing efforts for the Black Restaurant Week project. Fallon and I, we own Fade Media, which is a digital marketing firm here in Houston.
When Warren really approached me to come on to do Black Restaurant Week, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to help small businesses in my community, which I'm very passionate about.
If we had somebody that could come in and really help us take our business to the next level, what would they do? How could they help?
Black Restaurant Week, the campaign is a marketing campaign.
I connected very strong with Black Restaurant Week because it encompassed everything that, I thought about when opening this restaurant.
Respect Black Restaurant Week, giving the opportunity to us and showcasing what we are doing.
A lot of small businesses just don't understand business from a marketing aspect.
For so long, we've sort of felt like we're in it by ourselves.
When we talk about some of the favorite dishes that we find in this country, from gumbo to even some of our favorite fruits like watermelon, has a really dense and immersed history and ties to Africa.
Jollof Rice King, the name came because jollof rice is like the staple dish in Nigeria, Ghana,
West Africa.
We are not different at all, and to me, that is really been the driving passions behind this, is really showcasing the African diaspora, dispelling all these misconceptions that people have about Black folks, about Black food.
Most urban communities, it's like Popeyes and McDonald's. There's a lot of things we could cure in urban communities just by supporting the restaurants and supporting the culinary space.
I had to realize that there's Popeyes here, Churches here, Cane's. Ain't that many chicken in the world to just be cooked that much, that fast. And then I noticed how the kids are growing up, developing early. It's something in the meat.
Our parents used to have us pray. They said, well, pray before you eat. But that was learned through our grandparents and our ancestors before. But we didn't really understand what that really meant, which was being intentional about putting this food in your body, whether it was good or bad.
I'm really grateful for gaining some prominence for what I do. And I don't know if that would have happened without Black Restaurant Week.
We ask businesses to register on our website. African American, African, and Caribbean owned restaurants are able to register for free or premium and have their businesses highlighted to the greater community.
We have converted our website into a directory. You can filter by dietary restrictions. You can filter by your delivery app that you have on your phone. You can literally put in your zip code to figure out what Black-owned restaurant is closest to you.
They don't get that kind of exposure that we're providing them, and so it's like, hey, I know about this restaurant, but I don't want to go to that restaurant because it's in a bad part of town.
You're not driving to Skid Row because it's homeless, a homeless haven, if you will, and it's all us down here. Right. You know what I mean? Like literally.
A lot of times when I go somewhere to eat, I just eat and I get out. But when we had Black Restaurant Week, I felt the need to introduce myself and say, hey, I do have a restaurant. I came here to support. Hopefully you can make it to my side.
Shout out to Black Restaurant Week, okay? Like seriously, they are doing amazing things, and I'm so glad that they were able to create a platform for small businesses like myself.
When we say Black Restaurant Week, there's also needs to be an understanding that we go just beyond restaurants.
Black Restaurant Week is different from your typical restaurant week. A restaurant week really just focuses on the restaurants in the community. We like to focus on the culinary industry as a whole.
While we really just started this off as a week, we also saw the need to really highlight all the other aspects of the culinary industry. And so that's why we did do the catering competition. We did want to start a bartending competition.
We work with corporate partners to identify the actual spirit that's being used, as well as provide special prizes for the bartenders who win. Soundbites Food Truck Park was a way for us to really highlight the food trucks events. We've had over 5,000 attendees come out. All the food trucks usually sell out of food.
This was just something that I was doing. I didn't know where it was gonna go. Repeated customers, if I can please them and make them happy, I'm happy.
When businesses come into Black Restaurant Week, it's an experience. It's a fun experience because we're taking you outside of just, hey, I know how to make some great food. I went from my kitchen to a food truck to a brick and mortar. We're gonna take you a little bit further than that.
We last year, because of you guys, man, and the crowd you guys put us in front of, we were voted for Best Bite.
One woman I remember when we did our experience called Nah, she cried because she's like, I didn't know that all these other chefs existed in my city.
Competition breeds greatness. It's all in good fun, and it's not to think, okay, my restaurant is better than your restaurant, my bartender is better than your bartender.
The Black Restaurant Week platform provides audiences for them to showcase who they are to the community and create business opportunities for them in the future.
There was also a winner. I saw them, I actually tasted some of their cupcakes beforehand. After they won, they wind up sending a huge bouquet of cupcakes delivered to my house personally.
People were actually voting for us. That was amazing. You know, because we've only been here a short time. And in New Orleans, you gotta know New Orleans people. When they get a bakery, when they pick a bakery, they stick with it.
The Black Plate Awards is one of our culinary activations where we honor and highlight the best restaurants and chefs in a community.
The responsibility has only increased. I think it's been our responsibility to drive more solutions for these operators to help them understand what the restaurant landscape is gonna look like past COVID-19.
When this first started in March, honest to God, I did not know how we were going to stay open. It devastates me. I have to switch and focus to know what I can do to keep my employees on, to be able to keep our doors open.
There's been a shutdown and all the rules and regulations, and you know, we still open. So I feel like the concept was well thought out, and hopefully it'll continue to have this place here for 20 years.
I believe everything happens for a reason. For us to be able to go through what we're going through and knowing that we make it through this tough time, then think about what's going to happen in the future for our lives.
Regardless of how an owner has to sacrifice, that's part of the deal. But Restaurant Week came in and said, let's pull together as a group, unified.
The word pivot is definitely a word that I hope that everybody has ingrained in their business models. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do events this year physically, but we were able to really transform those digitally. This year, we have done some phenomenal things. We launched our nonprofit, which is Feed the Soul. Secondly, we have also launched our marketplace called Harvest Market, which allows individuals who do not have a brick and mortar, but has products like sauces, spices, cookbooks, and things of that nature. We're putting them on our platform to sell those goods to the masses as well, too.
We like to create custom solutions for each of our corporate partners. And I think that gives them the flexibility to tap into the specific part of the Black community that they want to hit. Our campaign is both consumer facing as well as industry facing. We can work with our corporate partners to provide amazing solutions if they want to get in front of the Black consumer, or if they want to have opportunities to grow within the Black culinary industry as a whole. We like to provide them opportunities for business panels. We like to provide them opportunities for activations. We like to provide them opportunities for product placements that gets them in front of some amazing food operators from California to New Orleans.
Corporate support will allow us to grow our team. You know, we had 125 restaurants in New York Tri-State Black Restaurant Week, which is amazing. That's the largest we've done. But it's also the New York Tri-State. I mean, there's probably 500 Black-owned restaurants that could be participating.
In 10 years, Black Restaurant Week will be taking place in countries all over the world. We'll be in Africa, we'll be in Europe, we'll be in South America, highlighting the culinary contributions from across the African diaspora in multiple languages and multiple forms. Right now, not only are we the gatekeepers, but hopefully we're the bridge of opportunity. We want to pair ourselves with these corporate partners that want to provide opportunities to see the Black community within this country grow over the next 20 years. There are so many amazing stories, there is so much amazing talent, but it's really going to take the resources that for so long our community has not had access to. That is the conduit that Black Restaurant Week is trying to provide for this space. Thank you.